There's something I want to tell you, my dooba-doodle-doos. I want to explain to you about how wonderful when we've reached the divine love of God. I will give you an illustration. Let's say somebody comes over and they asks you to stop doing something that you are doing, and you want them to do something for you before you stop doing what they want you to stop doing. So it goes something like this. In the language of domination. Hey. Stop doing what you're doing. No. You do this. No, you stop. No, you do that. Okay? That's what it looks like. So, we all know this is ridiculous. That's why we're blasting off. And the language of God, the language of love, there's no difference between the two. You could interchange. It goes like this. So you're doing something, and this person wants you to stop doing it, and you want them to do something. All right? Now here's the thing. Only you. Give me some more of that gum. Only you speak the language of love, doobadoo. Give me that gum. That was delicious. That was the most delicious gum. If only you speak a language of gum. If only you speak, that was pretty funny. If only you speak a language of love, and this person doesn't speak a language of love, that's okay. Here's how it goes. Person who does not speak a language of love walks over to you. Hey, don't do that. Stop. Okay, yes, I will. Thank you for telling me. Thank you. Now you still want them to do something for you, right? So you just stop doing what they want you to do. So now you're going to have more leverage, because now this person who is probably expecting you to give them a lot of resistance, and you didn't give them any resistance, you're just like, oh, thank you for telling me how to contribute to your thriving. I love knowing how to make life even more wonderful. It's what I do. Boop, boop. When they receive this reaction from you, you are going to be very influential. They will be like love mush when you squeeze, and you can ask them, could you please do this for me? And here's how it goes with the love language. No. Thank you for letting me know. Because it matters how I treat you after I ask you a question, more important than anything, because you're going to know that it was not a question, it was a demand by the way I treat you afterwards. And if I tell you thank you, then that means it actually was a request. Because if you say no, which is not what I wanted to hear, and I still say thank you, that means that it is true, that I actually really did want to know if you consented and if you wanted this request. And thank you for telling me that it is a no for you. Because in a language of love, we do not want to coerce. So we move way past like not demanding of others. So it's not even about not being in the struggle of do this, no, you do that, no, you do this, and then I'll do that for you. It's about transcending way above that struggle to unconditional love. You don't need forgiveness when you have unconditional love. What do you have to forgive that you already love? Right? You don't have to. You don't have to like forgive your child. You don't have to forgive something that you already love so deeply that it hurts so good. Like that is the love that I want us to feel for everyone. So in a language of the love, it doesn't matter if you say yes or no. I'm going to treat you the same. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to see you as a God. I'm going to treat you the same. And am I going to be happier because now my needs are getting met in the strategy that I chose? If you say yes, yeah, you're going to see me be happy and witness me meeting my needs, which is a contribution to you, because we get dopamine from meeting needs and from giving freely this way. This is the way that God gives. This is the way that we are meant to give. We do not charge for this. We are not for sales. If we are for sale, that is called being a sellout. And if you rearrange the word sell out, it spells super duper hero. That's what you are, Duba Scoop. Duba Scoops are not for sale. By the way, no one can afford you. You're too mystical and unique and special, and there's no one else like you that has the same gifts and talents you do and the same life experience that you have. You're a treasure. You are too amazing. So don't charge. Please, just do your meaning and purpose, and then that way you get to only do what you consent. So instead of raising votes, which would be like raising popularity, you don't want to make people like you. And you also don't want to, and that's the same as raising votes, and you don't want to raise money. You don't want to do things for those reasons. If we do things to raise votes and raise popularity, then that's like you're just doing it so that people will notice you. Like, that's not a good reason to do stuff. I don't have to tell you why. We want to do it not because we're getting paid also. And I don't got to tell you why that's not a good reason either. However, when we do this, we create market economy, and the atrocities in the world come from this. Once we start to fully self-actualize as gods, and we treasure our superhero powers, our gifts and talents, and we don't sell them, but we treasure them and we see ourselves as masters, we are going to approach each other as divine gods and co-worship, and we will treasure each other's talents. We will not exploit and use and relate to each other like objects to use. That's a thing of the past, and that other way of being hurts us. We are all suffering because of this right now, because this is the primary form of co-relating on the planet, and that hurts all of us. So it is not enough for me to just say I'm not in market economy. I actually have to stop all of us from doing this. So that's why I'm like, come on, superhero, like, time to unite. Can't all be here to awaken and unite us. That's why I need you guys. Because I'm just the awakener and the uniter. So once we're all together, I don't claim to have the wisdom. I'm not the leader. I'm not the special one. I just boop everyone on the nose. You're the special one. You're the special one. You're the special one. You're all the special one. And then we can finally come together and have a collective consciousness collaborate. You know, all these other stories. Don't believe any of these stories. Don't believe they got all these countries fighting each other. You get these people together, you really think they're going to care that this person's from this country? No, they're going to marry each other, have kids, and become best friends. That's our nature, to love each other. And all this other hubba blubba, shluppa gumpa maka, King Baby Jesus Trump already said it in the presidential palace, the presidential castle, ruled by our great leader, Trumpalulu, says he's going to get the swampaglumps out. He already told me. He's going to get rid of the whole government. So that was what I wanted to tell you guys. The language of love. And how our loving self, if someone doesn't want to do something for us, we're fine. We don't want to coerce them. We don't want to get them to give. If they don't want to give, we don't want them to do it. And we know that someone will want to do it. There's a world of abundance, and there's 4 areas of resistance that I've identified in domination systems: giving, receiving, learning, and teaching. These 4 areas of resistance cause us to jockey for position and compete each other. However, these areas of resistance are making us weaker. It's make it so we don't reach our true potential and power, so we cannot get in touch with our masters and be masters to others ourselves. So we're going to dissolve these areas of resistance with the language of love. We're going to get rid of scarcity, which is one of the wounds of domination systems, because in order to get everyone to separate and mobilize so that you can control them really easily because they're all separated, is you withhold all of their needs so that they have to go earn and prove themselves in order to get them. And we know that this way of being hurts us because we've been doing it for long enough that it's become our way. We're experts at it. And this other lovey-dovey stuff we're not that familiar with. I'm letting you guys know that this lovey-dovey stuff's pretty good. And that this domination stuff is just our sympathetic nervous system is not that good. And that when we heal our trauma, instead of passing it on generationally, and now we have intergenerational trauma where it's from who knows how long ago. Well, now we're in the age where we get to heal it all right now. And we get to make the decision to ascend right now and to stop with the cultural narratives and the stories and the rules and the laws and the borders and the governors and the leaders and the enforcers. Because it's all of us coming together, creating fellowships, experts and masters and grasshoppers who want to learn, and teachers who want to teach, who want to share, and that is the world. That is the world. And we cannot allow market economy to exist in a world of universal needs. That doesn't mean that market economy doesn't exist. It means market economy is for games, treasure hunting, trinkets, performers, icons, games, shows. However, entertainment and going to see these performers, that is all our universal needs. So then these people have riches because others have given it to them, not because they've extracted it from nature or charged or because they think they can own. Because in the new world, we know that we cannot own. And if we cannot own any of life, we cannot own land. And if we cannot own land, we cannot create borders. And we cannot have leaders and governors. And we are much happier this way. We become a group conscious mind. And instead of the most powerful leading us, the most vulnerable lead us. And when the most vulnerable lead us, then the most powerful actually lift the vulnerable up high. It's kind of like the ocean staying low, so all the rivers and channels run down to him, but he's actually lifting them all up higher than him in doing so. So we do the same by allowing the vulnerable to lead, not powerful and special interests. We do it through a group conscious mind. We get rid of market economy and governments. Come on. That's why I love America. America basically said in the beginning of the country, they're like, this is a country where there is no country. Eventually this country is going to have to be taken apart. And we're at that stage. We're at the stage where our government has gotten so big that it's just like our Constitution says, when it gets big enough, we just dissolve it. And now we're going to start a new world. And the new world is not going to be based off of man owning and conquering and reigning over Earth. The new world is going to be based off of when Earth takes a breath, we take a breath. When we digest, Earth digests. And we're going to see the connection of ourself with not just Earth, but with all of life. And it will be to care for each other because we belong together, not to control because we own. And it's going to be a huge shift. And the new language will be love. It will not be domination and control, evaluating, thinking, strategizing, demanding, threatening, punishing, rewarding, using deserve language, and denying our choice. We will not do that anymore. In the new world, we will acknowledge our incredible power. We will rise up. We will unite. And we will speak a language of body sensations, which are undeniable. The earth has a body. The earth has every organ we have. Every creature has a body. Every microorganism matters. And we all have an energetic field, a biofield. So the second language is feelings. And then the third language is universal needs. We all have the same needs. Earth has the same needs as us. Plants has the same needs as us. Bugs, we all have the same needs. So those three vocabulary lists transcends us to a language of the heart. Now we're talking about what will make life more wonderful. This is our new world, a language of love. And we're going to need a global liberation. It's a evolution. So come, women and children and babies to the front. And babies to the front. Babies are so cute. So bring the mamas and the babies. And it's time for a global liberation with the vulnerable leading the charge. What do you guys think? All right, good. I love you guys. I keep thinking about how lovable you are to us groups. Boop.